We're seeing new record highs for the Dow and S&P 500 on Monday. The major equity averages are all higher by at least 0.5%, with the Nasdaq up by over 1%. Joining me this week is Peter Cardillo of First Standard Financial. Peter, happy Monday. Great to have you here.
Good to be back.
Well, we did get that Fed rate decision last week as widely expected. The Fed hiked by 25 basis points. Now this week, focus does turn to Fed comments, and so far we got comments from New York Fed President Dudley, and they were hawkish. So given what the Fed has said so far, do you expect further rate hikes this year?
No, I think that the Fed stays on its course to raise rates at least one more time this year. The only thing that can change that is if the economy gets real weak over the summer, then that might avoid a rate increase. But otherwise, I think it's a green light for another interest rate hike this year. Bottom line is the Fed is anxious to normalize rates, and the reason for that is it's anxious to begin to diminish its balance sheet. So I think they stay on course.
And of course, the big question is equity markets. Now, here we are. We're continuing to grind higher. We're seeing triple-digit gains for the Dow yet once again. So given that we are heading into the end of this quarter, what is your forecast for the rest of the summer?
Well, I think one of the reasons why the market is doing so well today, besides other factors, is the fact that Trump's lawyer basically contradicted what he said. That he's not under investigation. And so I think that, removes a cloud from the market, at least for now. And so, with earnings seasons coming up in a few weeks, I suspect we're headed for another good earnings season. And that means that, probably the rally might continue.
And what about the tech sector, Peter? We continue to seesaw between gains and losses. Today, obviously, we're seeing gains. But do you expect to see a trend reversal?
Well, one of the things that I did notice last week, and I think part of that was due to the options expirations, was that we did begin to see some selling in the tech stocks, obviously, and that caused some rotation. But today we're seeing a good bounce back. A few sectors of the stock market, and then of course now trying to broaden out, and that means that everyone can have a piece of the cake here. So we might see a market that will outperform during the summer. Can we see a market reverse the general market? That's a possibility. But based on the fundamentals, it looks like, we're going to see more gains.
Okay, Peter. Well, thank you so much for joining me at the beginning of the week, and have a great one.
Thank you.